Discover the surprising success of simple surgery. Zero complications, minimal technology required.
The way I do it, or the way we figured it out research-wise, is very low tech, actually. We literally put a drill hole in the clavicle. There's no hardware in there. There's no buttons. There's nothing, which is, just a suture tape, which is literally costs nothing. And that was the research that we found that was the strongest. And the thing is, the way I designed it was very low tech and low. It didn't require hardware, and so it's hard for a company to make money out of that. I just didn't believe in that. I thought it was not necessary, and I certainly didn't think it was as strong. So and I thought for a long time, I'm like, man, maybe I should have done it. Maybe, but I was trying to stick with our research. I think we did a ton of clinical and slash lab type research on this, and I passed on it. The enlightened moment, I guess, for me with that was that there was a pretty good study that showed many different ways to do this and the complication rates associated with it. And when they stratified in the study, I think it was Malusky back in AJSM in like 2012 or whatever, and when they stratified all these different ways to do it, they showed an unusually large complication rate. And it depends on what you want to call a complication, but there's a high complication rate associated with doing these surgeries, especially back then. But when you looked at that article and parsed out all the different ways to do it, the ones that were done via our description of it, which again, low key, can't make any money really off of it, and this is unusual to say it has a zero complication rate because, I don't think there's a single surgery we do that has zero complication. But in this particular study, there were zero complications and no loss of fixation seen when it was done when you parsed out all the numbers and looked at the chart and went through that study in detail. Whereas the complication rates for a lot of the other ones were as high as 48%, which is bizarrely high, right? So I kind of felt, pretty happy at the fact that I didn't pursue something on the basis of money or whatever, or, something because I just knew from our bench work that wasn't as strong, wasn't as good. And so to this day, I don't, in fact, I just did one on Tuesday. It's more or less the exact same procedure I did when we did from back in 2025. It's the same